Area-based routing means you can be even more targeted when receiving calls. This system will recognise a certain caller's number as being for a specific person or office. If a member of a team is responsible for a particular customer, account or location, these calls will always go through to the correct person using area-based routing. And even more impressively, it can sort calls by area code, so that you can be sure calls from a certain region or area of the country always go through to the right member of a team. This is particularly powerful when wanting to match accents to regions and offer a really local service. To access the area control features, you need to temporarily leave this main page. Before you do, you're required to save the plan down here on the left. Once the project has successfully saved, go to the top left-hand side of the screen and click on Service Plans and then Custom Areas. OK, the first thing we need to do is create an area group. This will be specific to you, depending on your needs. For example, say I'm a recruitment agency. I've labelled my group Recruitment Agency, and then in the lower field I can create the name for my area. An area might be a different location or different people. For this example, my area will be labelled as a person. Now, one of the quirks of the system is that the name must be 6 letters long and all in capitals. So, say for example, in my recruitment agency, Daniel is an account manager and he's responsible for a specific area of the country. Firstly, I label the area Daniel, and then I can add numbers that will specifically come through to Daniel's phone. I can manually add individual numbers like this, and I can also widen the net. Say Daniel wants to receive all the calls from the Southampton area. We can simply put in the area code 02380, and now all incoming calls from that area will go straight to Daniel. Once you've added all of the numbers you want, hit Submit. It's really easy and really powerful. OK, so you might be wondering, what about calls from numbers that aren't on the list? What about the default? To show you, we need to return to the service plan. So we go to Service Plans, then Create My Plan. We click on 00, as this was the plan we were working on. This reopens it. But now, if we want to continue to make adjustments, we must click down here on Edit Service Plan, like this, and we're allowed back in. OK, so now we've made our custom area group. Now we can integrate it into the plan. Start by dragging and dropping the icon from the top of the list on the right. First, click on the left-hand default icon and select Custom Areas from the Properties field here. For node type, select Custom Area, like this, and then in Area Group below, you'll be able to find your own area as labelled earlier, my example being Recruitment Agency. Now move on to the adjacent area node, where you again need to select the Custom Area option as node type and the correct area group. In this example, we are using Recruitment Agency. For this node, you will also need to select an area name, and we can see here the reference for Daniel, which we have created. And then lastly, at the bottom, we have area codes, and if we click here, it gives us a list of those you have programmed in. As you can see, my Southampton code is in there ready to be activated. Click away onto the plan and you can see it's made the changes. What happens to callers dialing from areas or numbers that I haven't programmed? The default option on the left will capture all other calls. So for example, if I didn't specify mobile phone numbers in my area group, then all mobile numbers would come through to here by default. This gives you the option then of choosing how you want to distribute these numbers. Using the distribution control function, we can make sure these default calls are accounted for. Distribution control is explained in the next chapter.